You have heard a lot about the nation's debt ceiling. We talked about it yesterday. And while it sounds like inside politics, money experts say we really could be in for a world of hurt if a deal does not get reached by August 2nd. Tracy Berry talked with Oregon Congressman Schrader about the negotiations, the consequences, and why the art of the compromise seems to be lost in D.C.
Representative Schrader, thanks so much for doing this. Let's talk first about the debt ceiling. How confident are you that a deal will be reached to raise it with just, less than 3 weeks left?
Yeah, much less than 3 weeks. I'm confident we're going to get it done. The question is when. I mean, I just don't see us not doing it. Some people need a civics lesson about what could happen if we don't do it. I think you just have to look at that TARP vote to see that if you don't act responsibly here, we're going to be in big trouble. So I think most people are aware of what's going on. All the pieces are on the table. We just got to get off the political rhetoric and make sure we protect America and make sure there's some jobs out there for folks.
Well, I do think the consequences are kind of hard for people to understand, so maybe break that down a little bit for us. How would this affect, regular Americans, people in your district, if there was a default?
Well, I mean, if there's a default, I think several things happen. First and foremost, the stock market starts to tank dramatically. Businesses begin to wonder, is America a safe place to invest and work in? And they get the exact opposite impression we've been trying to create over the last couple of Congresses, that, yeah, you want to invest in America. They're going to start looking elsewhere, and that'll affect jobs. That'll affect people's ability to invest. Credit will tighten dramatically. The Treasury securities that everyone has, they think that's a safe place to be. Don't earn any interest right now, but people are scared about investing their money given what's going on in the economy. And with this discussion, interest rates will go up. So those people are thinking about getting a home and finally getting off the sideline now that home prices have dropped dramatically in Oregon. Not going to be doing it. So it could actually put us back into another recession, I think, at the end of the day. It's very, very dangerous place that we find ourselves.
People don't understand why you guys can't just figure this out.
Well, there's a lot of different people here. Of the roughly 90 new members, I think almost a third to half of them never served in public service. There's a significant cadre that don't believe that the debt ceiling is an issue. They are not apparently aware of all these things that are very, very likely to happen if we don't get our spending under control and work on our debt ceiling to have the full faith and credit of the country. I just don't think we need to add any revenues. Our revenues are an all-time low. We haven't had this lower revenue to try and run our education system, our healthcare system, our public safety, or our defense system. I think since 30, 40 years ago. This is not a good situation. People have got to learn that we have serious issues and got to compromise.
It sounds like you've got a lot of work ahead. You're missing another perfect summer 70-degree day here in Portland.
I don't want to hear that, Tracy. Thank you very much.
When are you coming home?
It was beautiful when I left. Well, hopefully, if they canceled. We're supposed to come home this next week, but because of the seriousness of what we're engaged in, and they want an all hands on deck. We're getting briefed regularly. I saw the speaker earlier. I saw the minority leader earlier. I think the president's doing a very good job trying to keep people at the table. He's been, I think, an outstanding leader and just trying to say, hey, guys, I understand what you want. I understand what the other side wants. We have to compromise with one another. And when I was in the state legislature back in Oregon, I learned that you really have to just recognize the other person has a valid point of view and try to meet them halfway.
Well, keep us posted, Congressman.
I think we can do it.
All right. Thank you so much for your time.
Thanks, Tracy.
Time now for the Web Watch, bringing you the best.